Hello, hello, my friends. This is Aviva Tamar, and this is a tarot card reading.
I'm so confused.
Card reading. Today, I'm bringing to you a pick a card reading. What my goal is here is to try and unlock some inner wisdom and kind of uncover that intuitive sense, because we've been getting a lot of messages lately that many of us need to dive into and explore our intuitive senses. So what we're doing today is you're going to pick a card pile with some basic information. It's going to have a Lisa Frank tarot card like this, and then it will also have some quotes, and then I'll shuffle some cards for you and get a more specific message. Okay, so we're going to move into the card selection. The timestamps will be down below, but before I do all of that, let's just do the spiel real quick. Remember that I am just an interpreter of symbolism, and symbolism is very subjective, so take everything I say with a grain of salt, not a crane of salt. That would be ridiculous. Remember my rule: if it vibes, it vibes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't go trying to make square pegs fit into round holes. If it doesn't vibe for you, just let it go. It's okay. That's fine. I'll link other readers down below, so you can go ahead and explore other tarot card readers if you feel like you need to explore. My email will be down below, so you can contact me for a personal reading if you feel like you need to dive deeper into this. I have an Instagram, which also will be in the little doobly-doo, and I do believe that's everything, so let's get into the card selection here, okay? Okie dokie, my friends. Hello, hello. Here we have pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. So go ahead and take a deep breath, pause, and decide. Timestamps are down below. Okay. All right, so pile number 1, what I have for you, okay, your Lisa Frank card is the Magician, okay? So this is a card of having all the tools you need, all right? So to unlock your wisdom, you already have everything you need. You don't need to go seek anything out. You need to realize that you are powerful on your own, okay? So pile 1, your first message of how to unlock your inner wisdom and dive into that intuitive sense is to realize that you already have everything you need. You don't need to go out and find things or do more work. You already have all the tools that you need in order to really dive into and utilize that intuitive sense. Now let's read your quotes. First one is from Dumbo. The very things that hold you down are going to lift you up. Next one is from Treasure Planet. You got the makings of greatness in you, but you gotta take the helm and chart your own course. And the next one is from Wreck-It Ralph. Zangief, you may be bad guy, but that does not mean you are bad guy. So, all right, pile 1. I feel like already, before we even get into like the tarot cards, I already feel like pile 1, we have made some decisions in the past that make us feel like we are not as powerful as we want to be, that make us feel like we do not deserve the greatness that we have. Yeah, we've made some poor choices in the past, and we feel like those poor choices are holding us down, right? We don't feel that self-confidence because of the fact that we've made these bad choices in the past. I'm hearing a Tracy Chapman song in my head. It's at this point in my life, and there's like this line, at this point in my life, it feels like I've done so many things wrong that I can't do anything right. That's the sense that I'm getting here, is like you feel very limited by yourself, by your own choices, by by where you are currently and where you've brought yourself. You feel very, very limited, and you feel like you don't deserve success or greatness. And that could be conscious or subconscious, honestly. But what you need to realize is that those things that you've been through, those situations that you've dealt with, the bad decisions that you've made up to this point, they were all meant to bring you to this point, right? Consider all the things that you've learned. All right, consider everything that has brought you here, and consider how those poor choices can help you to teach others, right? I always like to view my own bad choices as a learning experience for somebody else. Okay, I put myself through some crap, okay, by making some really bad choices and hanging out with really questionable people in like high school and college. So, mainly high school. And college. So really what it is like you feel very limited, you feel like you don't deserve, and it's because you feel like you're not the best person you could be. You know what, guys? Sometimes going through crap and making poor choices is your way of learning so that you can teach others not to have to go through the same crap that you went through, okay? We have the Four of Pentacles as your first tarot card, and this is stability, but an insecurity around that stability, okay? So you're financially secure, you're gaining some footing, right? But you're feeling still like it's not, it's not that it's not stable, more like it's not going to stay. You know what I mean? Probably that you've been through stuff in the past, got Six of Cups energy. So there's like something in the past, okay, and the Five of Cups. Something in the past, it's making you feel like the stability that you've gained is impermanent and that it could be taken out from under your feet at any moment. And it feels very much like you feel like your own decision making is going to pull this out from under your feet. And you're like, yes, I've established this groundwork. I've laid down this foundation, but at the same time, like, I'm going to F it up. I'm going to mess it up. Self-sabotage is a big one here. Like, I feel very much like we feel like we have done nothing but be our own worst enemy up to this point. And so in going through past events, we're focusing on the negative and we're going like, yeah, but what about this time that I did this terrible thing? And what about that time that I made that mistake? And it just feels very much like we're just going over and over the negative things from our past, our negative decisions, and it's not helping us move forward, right? We have this Six of Swords energy, so there is this need to move forward into a more calmer state of mind, right? So what we need to do in order to tap into that inner wisdom and dive into our intuitive sense, my friends, is we need to let go of our past poor decision making, okay? And we need to focus on where we are currently and how we can move forward positively and confidently. All right, and then we have the Three of Cups. So part of improving your intuitive sense here is relationships, okay? Diving back into relationships. It's possible that you see yourself as a toxic person. You know, I've definitely still processing that. Like, my past behavior has been so toxic, I should not be around other people because I'm going to hurt them, okay? That's the thought process that I'm getting here. It's like, no, I don't want to move into this new space because I'm afraid that I'm not ready and I'm afraid that I'm going to lash out and hurt somebody else, okay? But the key here is that like taking the leap and building friendships and family relationships and things like that is going to be part of the healing process. And we have the Seven of Cups here. So that is an illusion, a story that you're telling yourself. And things hidden. Your intuitive sense is being jumbled up. There's confusion here. Okay. What's causing this confusion in the intuitive? Wow. Okay. There's a lot. Let's try that again. I'm clumsy. Let's try that again. I only have one little card here. The Hanged Man. Okay. So the Hanged Man popped up. So there's stagnant energy, feeling stuck. Getting some cards. The Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So something is unclear in the intuitive sense. We need to dive into relationships in order to develop the intuitive sense, but it feels like there's this sense of being unsure like not trusting your intuitive sense to guide you properly. And so then we have the Hanged Man energy. That's taking time to pause, to reassess where your decisions have brought you, right? It's also taking time to view things in a different way, right? I used to view this as like an involuntary pause, but it isn't necessarily. It's just a pause that, similarly to the hermit, it brings you back into alignment with your intuition and with the divine and your higher self and all that. But it's like this. How do I describe this? How do I describe this energy? It's like, in order to see through the illusions, right, that you're getting with your intuitive sense, right, in order to like sort through what is the intuition and what is just paranoia, you really do need to like separate yourself from your emotions and look at how your intuition has guided you in the past. Like, when were times in the past that you trusted your intuition and it guided you towards success? Okay. When were times in the past that you thought you were following your intuition, but really you were following fear and it brought you to something negative? So the Hanged Man is that kind of assessment energy. You're taking a step back, you're assessing yourself and your own choices and how they have affected you. All right. So that's like taking a step back and assessing what's been going on and how it's brought you to where you are and what you've done right, what you've done wrong, like from an objective standpoint, that is part of what's going to be necessary in order to tap into that intuitive sense. Okay. And then you have the Page of Pentacles. This is like those practical little elements of real life that kind of ground you in reality. When I see the Page of Pentacles, I think of like just starting out on like a journey of work or habit forming or habit changing. I'm really getting a sense of like growing, right? There's this slow growth happening here with the Hanged Man and the Page of Pentacles. So the process of growing into your intuitive sense is going to be a slow one. Okay, so be patient with yourself is definitely part of it. You're going to need to really step back and assess how decisions in the past based on your intuition have guided you, where you have been following your intuition and where maybe it turned into fear and you mistook it for your intuition. And then also just kind of open up to relationships, open up to friendships, open up to other people. Okay. That is part of what's going to build your intuitive sense, because I feel very much with these Pentacles energies here. We're going to talk about this Ace in a second. I feel very much with this Pentacles energy that your intuitive sense is very much tied to your physical environment and your body. Okay. So you need to be taking care of your body. That's one, because if your body is not in proper shape, you're not going to be able to properly get in tune with that intuitive sense. You need to assess your past decisions and how they can help you learn how to tap into that intuition, including your bad decisions. Okay. Don't ignore your bad decisions. Assess what you did wrong and what you could have done correctly. Like how you would approach that decision-making process nowadays, right? Having learned what you learned. And then with the Ace of Pentacles and that Page of Pentacles, we're building up new habits and forming new ways of doing things in our physical environment. So starting from the beginning, you have all the tools you need already. You've been through these experiences that have brought you knowledge and have laid a new foundation for you. There is a fear that you will sabotage yourself, but what you need to remember is that you have already been through all the learning experiences you needed to go through up to this point, and that they have taught you everything you needed to learn. All you need to do is tap into those memories, okay? Reassess those memories, and then also be open to starting new relationships and forming new memories and putting into practice what you have learned, because you cannot You cannot know whether or not you're still toxic if you're not interacting with other people and assessing your own behavior. Okay. So, okay. Now let's get into, I want to ask one more question. What action can be taken? Got a pile of cards here, but let's go through them. We got Justice. Okay. Got the Emperor. Got the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Cups. The Chariot, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so and the Three of Wands. Okay, so let's talk about this. So Justice is Justice and the Three of Wands, okay, are both cards of like really stepping back and getting an objective view of things, okay? Really using that objectivity and fairness in order to assess the current situation, okay? And the Hanged Man, all right? These are all different ways and different indicators of stepping back and gaining objectivity. So what really needs to happen, my friends, in order to tap into that intuition, in order to tap into that inner wisdom, you're gonna need to step back and gain some objectivity, especially where your emotions are heavily involved. If there is a situation that makes you feel all up in your emotions, what needs to happen is you need to step back from that situation that gets you all up in your feelings and assess it from a different viewpoint. Try to gain a different perspective, okay? Because objectivity is necessary in that particular situation, in that emotional situation, okay? Because, all right, there's a lot of power, right? There's a lot of power with that Emperor energy, and with the Eight of Wands energy, it's a very fast-moving, momentous power. You have a lot of ability if you can get those emotions focused rather than letting them just go all over the place and drive your actions anywhere they want. This is like your emotions are focused and directed, and your passion is driving you toward this like power, right? But it's also driving you away from things that do not serve you with this Eight of Cups energy. So you're going to be walking away from behaviors and situations and beliefs that just cut you off. You're going to be walking away from this self-sabotage. It's going to take some trial and error with this Chariot. And like I said, with that Page of Pentacles energy, you need to be patient with yourself, because the process of changing your habits and beliefs and behaviors is a long one. It is a long and frustrating road. There is more relapse in changing basic behavior than in changing a lot of other things. Like, it's similar to like overcoming addiction, right? Changing a really detrimental habit that you are stuck in and have been stuck in for a very long time is like kicking an addiction. It really is. So I look to like 12-step programs for guidance. I don't know. I'm reading a book. I'll link it down below called Atomic Habits. It might help. I'll also link mental health help down below, you know, my normal stuff. But yeah, so you have all the tools you need, pile one. You have made poor choices in the past. Everybody does. And yes, those poor choices have sabotaged you in the past, but it was because you were following fear, not your intuition. Your intuition has grown. It has become far more powerful. You just still need to work on differentiating between your intuitive sense and your fears. All right. You need to kind of let go of these fears, beliefs, behaviors that are cutting you off from your intuitive sense. You need to gain some objectivity, and you need to be open to connecting with other people, okay? Be okay with doing this whole trial and error, slow process to figure out how to properly interact with other people, how to make the right decisions. You will gain momentum as you go, and you will find that you gain confidence and power as you practice. But there is a sense of this is going to take a while. It's going to take trial and error in order for you to really tap into that intuitive sense and really tap into your inner wisdom. You have to be willing to try things that aren't going to work, try things that you're not sure if they're going to work. You got to be willing to try new things for yourself and see what can help you change, all right? Just be willing to let go of things if they're not working and try new things. whenever, wherever. And then again, with that Queen of Pentacles energy, that's being open to relationships, being open to being around other people. The Queen of Pentacles is very motherly. She loves to be around other people. And she's not like the Queen of Wands, where she likes to be around other people because she's like a social butterfly and likes to be the center of attention. The Queen of Pentacles is more like she likes to be there to lift others up, to be a support system for others. So I feel like a big part of your, especially with this Emperor energy, who is like this person who works to support his community, these two energies together make me feel very much like your wisdom is in tapping into your community and your relationships and figuring out how you can be a support system for others, okay? You, through your past negative experiences, have knowledge and wisdom that you can use to guide others and help lift them up. You just need to let go of this feeling that you're just gonna mess everything up. There really is like this pervasive feeling of like, yeah, but I've done this in the past and I've done this in the past and I'm gonna mess it up. I always mess things up. I'm gonna mess it up. I'm really, really strongly getting that sense. So for those of you who are really feeling that right now, okay, I want you to just like take a deep breath through your nose. Okay, and when you let out all that negativity. Just picture just this cloud coming out of you, okay? Do it as many times as necessary. Take that deep breath in through your nose, bring it down into your belly, and every time you exhale, you are exhaling all of that negativity. And don't try to tap into your intuitive sense until you feel that all of those gray negative clouds are out of your body, right? And that's when you can, that's your grounding exercise, pile one, is you need to just like get all that negative thought out of yourself so that you can focus on the positive, okay? Really, truly focus on the positive. Reassess what you've been through and the choices that you've made and figure out how to make those poor choices work for you now. How can you use the knowledge and wisdom you have gained from your life experience to help and lift up others? Because that is going to be the key here. Okay, that is going to be the key. You need to let go of your self-sabotage, let go of your negative thinking, let go of your negative perspective, and focus on the fact that now you have the knowledge, wisdom, ability, tools, whatever it is, you have what you need to be a source of wisdom, to be a source of comfort, to be a source of help, and encouragement for others. You really do just need to let go of this belief that you don't deserve to be helpful or that you don't deserve to, I can't lift others up because I've been such a bad person in the past. No. Zangief. Just because you're a bad guy does not mean you're a bad guy, okay? You have good intentions. And if you have good intentions, if you're willing to change your behavior and use what you have to lift others up, things are going to be great for you. That is you tapping into your intuitive sense, okay? That is your message from the tarot cards. My friends from pile one, I do hope that this has been helpful for you. If it was, please let me know in the comments down below. Remember that I have an Instagram page you can follow me at. You can DM me over there, or you can email me with the information down below for personal readings. And that is everything. I'll see you in the next one. Let's move on. Okay. Pile two, let's get into your reading, shall we? So your Lisa Frank card is the Emperor. All right, so to tap into your wisdom, you're going to need to tap into how you can lift up your community, because the Emperor is someone who has a whole lot of responsibility. Okay, he's got a lot of power, but he understands that with great power comes great responsibility, of course, to quote like Spider-Man, whatever. I don't know much about Spider-Man, so don't come for me if I did that wrong, okay? But anyway, the Emperor is, it's a card of power, but it's a card of like active power, of power that actively reaches out for others and acts to lift them up. Pardon me. So, where the Empress would be someone who takes people in and cares for them and heals them, the Emperor is one who guides others to action and leads in action, right? This is a leader, someone with a lot of responsibilities. So, to tap into your inner wisdom, you need to figure out how you can take on more responsibility. You need to see the places where you already have responsibility and be putting your 110, 120, 200% effort into taking action in those areas of your life where you already have some level of responsibility, and look for places where you can take action to lift others up or to make yourself seen or things like that. We're going to get more clarity, but that's like your basic overall message. The quote that you have is from the story of Ferdinand. He liked to sit just quietly and smell the flowers. So I don't know if you're familiar with the story of Ferdinand, but I'm going to give you like a real quick synopsis, okay? There's this bull in Spain, right? He's on a bull farm and he's with the other bulls. All the other bulls like to show off and they're like, look at me, I'm so big. Ferdinand's just chilling. He's like, I see y'all, that's cool and all, but I'm going to be over here and do my thing, right? That's cool. And through just doing his own thing, he ends up being the biggest, baddest bull. He just doesn't use his, big badness. He ends up going to this bullfight, but he, again, refuses to fight, just sits quietly and smells the flowers, refuses to fight, and is therefore sent home and allowed to live peacefully. Okay? So I'm getting this sense that your strength is going to come from your inaction. That's weird. Your strength and your power comes from your ability to be like stoic. Like be a stoic leader. That is a very interesting, very masculine, very, very masculine, like traditionally masculine type of energy I'm getting here. It feels very similar to like my own grandfather. It's just this, you have this very masculine power that is like stoic. I'm getting this speak quietly, speak softly, and carry a big stick sense is what I'm getting from you. Pile 2. This is a very interesting energy. I'm down for this energy. Let's explore it a little bit. How do we tap into the wisdom of this Emperor? Ooh, we have Temperance. So again, we have that stoicism. So your power and your wisdom comes from your ability to be detached, to be responsible and powerful through your through your detachment. I don't know. Let's keep going. I'm going to keep getting more clarity here. But Temperance, okay, is a card of taking your time, thinking through your decisions, not acting out of impulse, but using that 9 of Cups. I don't know what that was. 9 of Cups, okay? Utilizing that 9 of Cups energy, that intuitive sense, and really like leaning into your intuitive sense, because that's what's going to help you with that stoicism, right? Okay, how can we practice, how can we practice Temperance? Pile 2. We have the Ace of Swords. So there's knowledge that needs to be gained. There is a practice of Stoicism was started by a Greek philosopher that I do not know well enough. So look up Stoicism, Greek philosopher on the Google machine, and I'm sure you will gain more information. But seek more information about Stoicism is a message that I'm getting here. Seek information before making decisions also. Next one is Judgment. You've got a lot of major arcana energy. You're very, very strong, abundant, powerful energy from you, my friend. I do not know why my throat is just like not letting me do anything right now. So pardon my okay. So yeah, there's a lot of stoicism here. We have Judgment, that is rebirth, okay? That is coming alive again. I got a bunch of cards just flew out, so let's just get through them, okay? We got 2 separate piles of cards, and then we also got the Hanged Man, okay? So let's talk about the Hanged Man, okay? Judgment and the Hanged Man go hand in hand because when you see Judgment, you are having a rebirth. When you see the Hanged Man, you're having kind of this reassessment, right? So it's like you're choosing to pause. You're choosing to kind of handicap yourself in a way so that you can gain a different perspective. And that through that action, through this Hanged Man energy, you're having this rebirth through choosing to like change your perspective and reassess situations that brought you to where you are. That is going to what leads to this like rebirth judgment energy. Let's talk about this next pile. We have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. That's stability, laying foundations, but still feeling kind of insecure, like it could be taken from you. And then you have that Five of Cups energy. So you may be focusing too much on the negative. Whenever I see the Five of Cups, I want you to focus on the positive things. I want you to focus on being grateful, and I want you to focus on what blessings you do have. This is not me saying ignore the things that are bad in your life. Obviously, if you have difficult situations in your life, they need to be dealt with practically and with some objectivity. But when you have positive things in your life, I want you to savor those things, okay? I want you to understand that, yes, everything is temporary, but that means that every good thing is even more precious, all right? Don't fear the loss of the stability you have gained. Instead, I want you to focus on what got you to this point. How did you gain this stability in the first place, and how can you keep it going? How can you continue on that path? And then I want you to focus on balance here. Reciprocity. Give and take. Give to those that are contributing to your happiness. Receive assistance when you need to. So, and when you are experiencing that balance, that reciprocity, I want you to focus on it and feed it, especially when you're feeling it in a relationship that you have. If there's a relationship that makes you feel that sense of balance and equality, I want you to really savor those moments with that person, okay? But in general, it looks like financially, you're fine. You've reached a place of balance. You've reached a place where you even may have some overflow soon. So you'll be able to give to others. So really, what I want you to do is stop focusing on the negative, because a strong intuitive sense can make us paranoid. All right. So I want you to focus on the good things that you do have. I want you to focus on the abundance and the stability that you have gained. Let's move on. We have the Sun. This is positivity, joy, abundance, the Ace of Cups, a renewal of self-love, and the Wheel of Fortune, a change in your circumstance. So yay, the sun illuminates things, right? The sun brings to light things that were once in shadow. So I want you to be aware that tapping into your intuitive sense and focusing on the positive, changing your perspective, is going to illuminate new ways for you to express love towards yourself. And that will allow you to have the overflow of love that you can give to others. I really, really, really want you to focus in on at least one relationship in particular where you really feel that balance and that reciprocity. I want you to feed it. I want you to water it. I want you to give it sunshine. I want you to focus on the positive things that you have. I want you to focus on any place where you already have stability, and I want you to strengthen it even more. Put in the energy and you will get back what you put in. But your main power your main power, my friend, comes from thinking through your decisions and gaining information. And since once you start thinking through, gaining information, and taking that objective perspective where you're focusing more on the positive and appreciating the positive more, you will find that you are feeling more powerful. like even more powerful and confident. But your intuitive sense seems like it's very, very grounded in reality. So you may not receive, like, you may not be clairvoyant or clairaudient, but you may receive messages in the form of numbers, symbols that you see in your daily life. This is something that I experience personally. A lot of the time, if spirit wants to say something to me, if source has a message for me, I will see a physical symbol. Like I'll see something in the clouds, or I'll see an animal in my yard or something like that, right? Numbers on the clock. Any sort of like recurring symbol, recurring theme that you're seeing in your daily life, you may want to gain more information on the meaning behind that symbolism, because it could be the source of your intuitive sense also, okay? But again, I keep coming back to this, like a lot of your power is going to come from stepping back and not allowing yourself to, like, don't let yourself get overwhelmed by the negative and by the responsibility, because you are in this place of stability. And if you focus on the positive, if you focus on the abundance, if you stop to smell the flowers, if you take a break and recognize what it is that brought you to this place of responsibility, of stability, you're going to find that, like, there is more positive than negative, and that you are already very powerful, and you just need to start focusing more on the positive and practice this stoicism, where you kind of step back. You don't act immediately. You don't speak immediately. You think things through longer than you used to. All right. And you focus on what positive can come from your decision. Right. So that's, and you follow these like physical signs you see in your physical world. That's going to be the source of your intuitive sense. The source of your inner wisdom is really taking the time to mull things over and try to gain multiple perspectives on things whenever you have a big decision to make. But you already have a lot of stability. You already have a lot of abundance. You just need to focus on the positive and savor that positive. That I just going to glance at the bottom of the deck here. We have the Six of Wands. Okay. So very, very last message. Again, focus on those relationships where you have a lot of reciprocity, where you're getting and giving support. All right. I really, this feels like very much like one relationship in particular. If you're already married, I want you to foster and feed that relationship. But, generally there's like one relationship in particular that is really like feeding you intuitively and giving you stability. So I really want you to like really appreciate the connection that you have with at least one other person. Okay. And with that Emperor energy, you're going to be able to lift others up through just continuing on the path that you're already on, and continuing to gain this stoic demeanor, and to renew your self-love. Okay. I do feel like that's everything now. That's all the messages for you, pile 2. I really hope that this was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments down below if it was. Drop a like, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, pile 3, let's get into your reading. Okay, so your cards were the Star. All right, so this is hopes, dreams, wishes. You've made a wish. Well, okay, let's talk about how this relates to accessing your intuition. Okay, this would be accessing your intuition through your daydreams, your wishes, and your hopes for the future. Okay, what is your imagination telling you you can do? Like, where is your imagination taking you? That's what I'm getting here. All right, so tapping into your intuition has to do Tapping into your wisdom and your intuitive sense has to do with your imagination, all right? Your ability to dream and wish and hope, all right? Your optimism also, all right? That's going to be big here. Your optimism and your imagination, your hope for the future. That is the beginning of tapping into your intuitive sense. So let's start there. And then your quote here, no matter how the wind howls, the mountain cannot bow to it. And that's from Mulan. So that's the scene where the emperor is being threatened by the Hun, and the dude's like, rah, and the emperor's like, meh. So like, you're supposed to be this mountain, right? So wow, okay, getting some clarity, but I'm going to pull out my Kawaii Tarot and get more clarity. Let's talk about what I have right now. Okay, your overall general message, how you tap into your inner wisdom, your intuitive sense. Pay attention to your hopes and dreams. Pay attention to your optimism, all right? Because you are so strong when the world is chaotic. When you are in the midst of darkness, your strength, your wisdom, and your intuitive sense come from your hope and optimism in those dark times, in those chaotic times, in those times where those around you would see you fail. And you continue to move forward, ignoring the haters and just focusing on the light. That is your power. That is your wisdom. Whoo! How do we tap into this? Oh my gosh, pile 3. This is different. The first two, also very powerful intuitive sense, but like there's a different kind of strength here. This is a less obvious kind of strength, and I like it a lot. A less obvious wisdom. This is very different. I'm interested. My curiosity is piqued here. All right. So your strength, your wisdom. Ooh. All right. How do we access that intuitive sense for pile 3? Okay. How do we access the... of course it's going to fall right on the ground. All 3 piles got this card. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. This is a card of stability, of having just acquired stability, but still feeling kind of insecure in that stability. So like you've laid a foundation for your intuitive sense. You've laid a foundation for your wisdom, right? You've laid that foundation, but you don't feel secure in your wisdom yet. You don't feel secure in your intuitive sense, but you've started laying that practical foundation. So that's good. So let's see, how can we build up confidence? There's something that you need to let go. There's 10 of Swords here. So something needs to be let go of in order for you to really tap into that intuitive sense. Something that you've been trying to make work that just is not working, right? There's something. That's the thing that's making you feel insecure and unstable. So whatever it is that popped into your mind, okay? We also have the 3 of Wands. That is a need for objectivity. You can tap into that intuitive sense, all right? You really can. You need to let something go, and in order to let it go, you need to step back and gain some objectivity, because where your emotions are being affected, that's where you're lacking objectivity. So when you feel like your emotions are guiding you, especially if you're operating from a place of fearing loss, that's when we need to step back into this 3 of Wands energy, where we're just observing like a video camera. We're assessing the situation and being practical, okay? Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? There's this slow process of purging through objectivity, right? You have to be honest with yourself. Have you already tried everything? Have you really already tried everything? If you have, then maybe it's time to let this thing go. Okay. And maybe it's that thing that's making you feel insecure. Maybe it's that thing that's keeping you from really reaching this star,
right? From like really accessing this intuitive sense, this imagination. Ooh, the devil. The devil. Oh no. The devil. Why do we have the devil? What is this doing here?
Why? I'm so confused.
Let's get more cards so I can get a full story here. This is a little ridiculous. Oh my gosh. This is like an internal battle. We got the devil and the Hierophant. We got the priest and the devil. This is like the exorcist over here. What is going on? It's like you have this internal battle. You have this side of yourself that is darkness, and you have this side of yourself that is light, and they are just fighting it out, and you don't know how to let go of this like bad habit, this bad behavior. Okay. All right. You don't. Okay. All right. Hold on. I need to grab a few more cards. I'm going to get like 2 more. Let's get the full story here. What's going on? How are we tapping into that intuitive sense? Okay. All right. Okay. So let's start over. We have the 4 of Pentacles. That's stability, laying a solid foundation, but still feeling kind of insecure. You're insecure because there's something that you keep trying over and over and over again, and it's just not working. It's like you're trying to tap into your intuitive sense, but everything you try just isn't giving you any more clarity. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay. So there's a need to step back because your emotions are blocking you, and you need to step back and gain some objectivity. All right. Take your time, take baby steps, one thing at a time, okay? Let's continue with the optimism. We have the sun, okay? We need to continue being optimistic and focusing on where your imagination takes you, okay? But there is a structure holding you back, making you feel trapped. That may be connected to this situation. And remember that the star is I'm getting like this thriving in adversity sense. So the star is like having this optimism within adversity. And I feel very much like this devil energy is not you. This is a situation, a relationship, something outside of yourself that is making you feel trapped. Okay. This could be an organization with the Hierophant. This could be an organization that you're a part of. Okay. That's making you feel like you're a bad person or making you feel like you're trapped. Or trying to make you feel like you're a bad person. The wind in this situation, remember that quote, no matter how the wind howls, the mountain cannot bow to it. Whatever this darkness is, whatever this wind is, whoever is howling at you, trying to get you to fail or change course. All right. It's like you've tried everything you can to deal with this situation, this person, whatever this is. You can't really gain objectivity because you're so closely related to this person, or you've known this person for so long, or you've been in this situation for too long. Whatever the situation is, I don't know the details. All I'm saying is that you're feeling trapped by a situation, an organization, a person that you feel is above you. And they're not. And you have tried everything, and it's just not working. Hold on to that optimism, okay? Hold on to that optimism and try to gain that objectivity because, okay, there are others that you can rely on for support with this 3 of Cups energy. There is positive energy in some of your relationships, and finding that is going to help you tap into your intuitive sense. You need to come away from and let go of whatever this energy, person, situation, organization, whatever this is, okay? fill in the blank, whatever this thing is that is making you feel insecure or making you feel unworthy or making you feel trapped, and you have tried and tried and tried again to make it work. Okay, tried and tried and tried again to bloom where you are at. All right, and it's just not working. That's when it's time to walk away. All right, we have the Seven of Pentacles here. That's, again, with that Three of Wands, we have that taking a step back and gaining objectivity, right? We're taking a step back and we're assessing how we got to where we are. And we're being objective as we do so, okay? We are assessing the decisions we have made. We are assessing the actions that we have taken. We are assessing the actions of others objectively, all right? And we are understanding that the path forward is this way, and this is where it's going to lead me if I continue going this way with this relationship. But if I change course, where is that going to take me? Okay, so objectively assess where you are at, how you got there, and whether or not this situation, this relationship is supportive and joyous, okay, on both sides. If you feel like your actions are too dark or their actions are too dark, whatever the situation is, whatever is making this situation not work properly, whatever is making you feel insecure in this scenario, that's the thing that needs to go. And you really need to gain some objectivity, gain some distance from it to gain some objectivity. And through letting go of that, you will find new relationships, new positive situations. You will gain more optimism. Things will be illuminated that you were not aware of in the past. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool energy here. So as soon as we are able to release whatever this thing is that needs to be released, we are moving into something brand new, some big, wonderful energy. We are changing the way things are working for us, and we are leaping full of faith into something brand new. But you gotta hold on to that optimism. That is where your power lies, okay? Your wisdom is in your optimism. It's in your ability to see the light through the darkness. So I want you to hold tight onto that, because that is a rare strength, all right? And trust me, that light will guide you towards something amazing and abundant, but there is something that is grabbing onto your ankles and pulling you down and trying to keep you trapped. You have the ability to escape from this. You just need to be aware that you have already tried everything. There is nothing more to do. You do need to release. You do need to let go. Do a little bit of shadow work, I think, or seek therapy. Do what needs to be done to gain some objectivity around this scenario that is making you feel trapped. All right. Hold on to that optimism, because it is going to take you very, very, very far. Okay. Hold on to it. Okay. Right now, your focus needs to be on gaining objectivity and moving on with your life. And then you can focus on building the intuition, but you already have the foundation. Okay. You already have that foundation. You just got to hold on to that optimism and keep going in the direction of that light. All right. So that is your message, pile 3. I really do hope this was helpful for you. I hope to hear from you in the comments down below. Please drop a like if you vibed with this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.